Hello and welcome to my comprehensive review of the Fenix LR36R flashlight. Just to note that this review has not been paid for. Fenix have provided this flashlight to me for free in return for an honest review of its build, features and performance. The Fenix LR36R torch combines laser excited phosphor or LEP technology, something I'd never seen in a flashlight until I came across this for throw, along with traditional LEDs for flood. The LR36R delivers a beam of over 1.2 kilometers, that's 3/4 of a mile distance, and a wide area illumination of 10,000 lumen flood. The floodlight mode offers ample illumination for tasks like setting up camp or navigating trails, while the laser mode delivers a concentrated beam capable of reaching distant objects. The combined mode ensures both immediate vicinity lighting and long-range visibility, making it a versatile companion for nighttime explorations. In this review, we will evaluate its performance in outdoor settings using this majestic 200-year-old viaduct and show you its use underground in a variety of scenarios. We will show you how to operate it and discuss its power settings and battery life. The quality of this torch, which at £370 from Fenix themselves, is not inexpensive, but is aimed at professional users, search and rescue, and people in extreme environments, starts with the box, which we will not spend much time looking at other than to say it's all quality, and inside the torch is wrapped in a very high quality foam. In the box, the LR36R comes packaged with the flashlight itself. Phew, I'd be disappointed if it didn't. A USB-C charging cable, a lanyard, which is definitely going to get used when I use this to light up mine shafts, a holster, a spare O-ring, and a traditional Fenix one-sheet user manual, for which I definitely need to wear my glasses. The flashlight's design is robust, featuring black anodized aluminium that ensures durability. Due to its nature, a small torch it is not, but thanks to the rectangular profile of the handle area, it is surprisingly comfortable to use. Inside, we find that the flashlight is powered by two 5000 mAh 21700 lithium-ion batteries, and you have to remove the paper protector from here before first use. Charging is efficient, taking approximately 4 hours to reach full capacity. The built-in OLED display, which I like how it has been recessed deep, far out of trouble's way, protected by this thick sheet of what appears to be tough glass, provides real-time information on brightness levels, remaining runtime, and battery status, allowing you to manage power consumption efficiently. Battery charging is achieved via a USB port protected against the environmental nasties by this cover, and for interfacing with the torch, the button and the dial are both metal and feel very robust, as you would expect at this price level. The LR36R offers multiple operating modes. Floodlight mode utilizes 12 SST25 LEDs to provide broad illumination, ideal for activities like caving and mine exploration. Laser mode employs a CT-1 mini white laser for focused long-distance beams, suitable for search operations. Combined mode merges both light sources to achieve a maximum output of 10,000 lumens and a beam range of up to 1,260 meters. Operation of the flashlight is quite simple. By default, the ring is in the clicked off position and this locks out the torch, preventing accidental operation. And in this mode, if you click the button, all that you will see is the current charge level. Turning the dial until it clicks wakes up the torch. The display comes on showing charge level and current light output in lumens, and after a few seconds, it also tells you the remaining runtime at current settings. Very handy something I've not seen in a flashlight before. Once it is out of the locked position, the light can be switched off and back on by holding down the button for 1 second. With it on, we can see that the first mode is flood, and this can be used from 50 lumens all the way up to 10,000 lumens, throttling back to 3,500 lumens after a few minutes due to thermal management. We will show the battery life figures for different settings during outdoor testing. A click of the button again switches the torch to LEP mode, where you can go from 50 lumens up to 350 lumens, and a click again and you go to hybrid LEP and flood mode, where you can go from 100 lumens to 10,000 lumens, although this high setting will once again, due to thermal management, will again throttle back to 3,500 lumens after a few minutes. Okay, for outdoor testing. Just remember that this is a dial system, so that there are no presets. I'm having to dial in the figures Fenix have given. I've also confirmed the battery life claims on the display when the battery was at full charge, and it says roughly the same. Although please remember that in real life, with modes being changed constantly for different situations, you are not going to achieve these full battery figures. In this video I do not discuss specs for the strobe or SOS modes, as these are not used as constant light sources. First we're going to look at a building a short distance away for the flood. Then there's 200-foot viaduct from the 1800s, which we will show the flood here at 150 feet and the laser at half a kilometre away. Okay, back at the building we'll start at low setting. This has a throw of 20 meters, is 50 lumens and a battery life of 102 hours. As we slowly climb the power, we come to medium. This is 5,000 lumens, which has a throw of 212 meters. Eventually we come to high, which is 10,000 lumen. This has a throw of 326 meters and a battery life of 2 hours 3 minutes. Next, as we move to the 200-foot tall viaduct, we can see that at 150 meters away on full power, the flood is lighting it up nicely. Next I will show the laser mode, and for this I have moved as far back as I can to the tree line, which is just a tad over half a kilometre. To be honest, at this distance you don't see much difference between low and high, so the footage is taken from the high setting. Of course, again we have to remember that this is a dial interface, so you can choose any amount of light between max and min, but low power is 50 lumens, which gives 16 hours 30 minutes runtime. Max is 350 lumens. This gives us a throw of 1,260 meters, which out of curiosity is 0.78 miles, wow, and a battery life of around 4 hours 3 minutes. Next is the combined floodlight plus laser mode. This I find most useful, as you will have the distance of the laser, with the floodlight helping give environmental context to that narrow beam. You'll see how handy this is shortly in the underground shots. On low power setting, this provides 100 lumens. This gives a throw, obviously based on the laser system again, of 314 meters and a battery life of 15 hours. High mode comes equipped with 10,000 lumen, giving a throw from the laser system of 1,250 meters and a battery life of 2 hours 27 minutes. Within the confined and dark spaces of a mine, the LR36R's floodlight mode proves invaluable, casting a wide and bright light that enhances visibility and safety. The laser mode can be used to inspect distant tunnel sections without the need to physically traverse them, adding a layer of convenience and security. Go to the end. There we go.
That's crazy. It's a proper lightsaber.
That's only 300 lumen. So it needs to be.
That is fun.
And then you can have, I'll just do this for the camera. Another fun thing that this can do is light up shafts. Okay, we're just arriving at the brewery shaft, and it appears somebody's beating us to it at the moment. The lights are on. So this is something that we're not shown on video before, so this will be handy. Let's just prep. Second attempt with the lights off. So let's do the basic thingy first. Oh, I am trying to. Oh, I have to see further. And there we go. That's that. And then. Oh, water vapour. It's getting quite far though. You can see quite far. I don't think the camera can see as far as the eye can. So if we combine them. See, that goes a long way. I wouldn't like to be climbing this bugger. Formations. Yeah, right to the bottom there. It should hit the bottom, but the water vapours bouncing the air, refracting the light too much. The flashlight's sturdy construction also withstands the demanding conditions typically found in mining environments. This one having taken a fall during the trip from 2 meters into 1 foot deep water and not missing a beat. Another great thing with this torch is that the dial setting means you can get just the right amount of light for the photograph you are after. Here are some examples. One thing to watch out for if using in a muddy environment is that with the dial, fine mud can get under it, which doesn't affect functionality, but I found the movement of the dial became a bit gritty. This was solved quickly though with a wash in running water. The Fenix LR36R flashlight stands out as a powerful and adaptable lighting tool, suitable for a range of applications from outdoor adventures to professional use in challenging environments above or below ground. Its combination of LEP and LED technologies, dialable power setting, and informative OLED display make it a versatile and reliable choice for users seeking both performance and durability. During our tests it performed flawlessly and will be a new companion for long-range visibility and photography work, as well as lighting up large chambers for video work. If you have any experience with this flashlight, then let us know your experiences in the comments. I hope this review has been of use to you. If so, then please like the video and subscribe for upcoming tests and mine explorations. We also have a playlist of past torch and headlamp reviews. It just remains for me to say thank you for watching.